check.
So, just in case it goes off, you can still continue.
Alright. Shouldn't go off. Oh. Spirit of going off, cancelled. Please. I'm so sorry. It is said that the morning comes whether you set the alarm or not. That is to say that some people dream of success while other people wake up every morning to make it happen. My name is Sandra Agbasio and you are watching Morning Echo right here on Wonderland Television where enthusiasm is the word. It is so delightful to be gracing your screen this morning, and I'm here to talk to you on a very, very important topic, which is the impact of social media on mental health. Yes, it's a very general topic that has been on the lips of everyone, but today I'm going to be having a professional in our studio, in our midst today, who's going to be talking to us and digesting this impact of social media on mental health to you. We'll be getting on a short break, and when we come back, Morning Echo continues. Welcome back from the break. If you are just tuning in, this is Morning Echo right here on Wonderland Television. And today is a very interesting topic on the program, which is the impact of social media on mental health. I will not be doing this alone. I have here with me, seated already in the studio, I call her Coach Didi. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Coach Didi is a personal development coach. She's a mental health professional, professional counselor, a corporate trainer, a performance consultant, a motivational speaker, and a mentor. I'm so delightful to have you in the studio. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. So I want to ask you the mental health, our topic, the impact of social media on mental health. What is the general conception between the social media and mental health?
Yeah, most people believe that mental health, social media has a very negative impact on mental health, but they forget that it also has a positive impact on mental health because social media helps to create connection. It has really enhanced connection. People are connected more. Today, we talk about the world being a global village. It is, because social media has made the world one place. You can be here and talk to someone in any part of the world. I remember when Facebook came up, and we were so excited because my friends from secondary school I never thought I would ever see or talk to again. I saw them, they had grown, we all had kids. It was fantastic. So social media does have a positive impact. People's businesses are booming. You know, advertisement is much cheaper now because all you have to do is get your product, take a picture, put it out there, you get reviews,
yes.
and then you don't have to work as hard as we used to. So it does have some good parts of it. Then of course in everything it has some good parts and it has some negative parts. So one of the some of the negative impacts of social media is there's this unhealthy comparison.
Yes.
very unhealthy comparison, this unrealistic outlook of life, especially with young people. Even my youngest son, one time when he was about 14, was saying, Didi, I'm going to blow, blow, blow. And the blowing was, I just couldn't understand it because when I was 15, I never thought of blowing. I thought of working hard and earning something. And that's the problem we have with social media because our kids go on social media, they see people that have so-called made it, who flaunt this wealth, who flaunt cars. Hush Puppy, for example.
Oh.
Everybody was crazy about Hush Puppy. Young people were looking up to him. Nobody knew what he was doing for a living, but they didn't care. So this is some of the reasons. And then, of course, it again lowers self-esteem.
Yes.
Many young people are suffering from anxiety and depression because of social media. Body shaming. And then this misinformation. One person can create something that's untrue and it will spread like wildfire.
Very true.
And to burn everything on its course. So we have young people who spend their day addicted. There's a lot of addiction to social media. You know, earlier we were talking about it. Addiction doesn't necessarily mean, you know, you wake up in the morning, or you can't see, you can't. No, addiction is the fact that honestly, we are all addicted. I am also addicted to social media. Why? Because I wake up in the morning after prayer, the first thing, you know, check my social media handle. Okay, is it growing? Is it not growing? Then any minute we sit, we pick up our phones.
I was start thinking.
We start thinking, what do I need to do? And then that also has created social isolation. We are all seated in one place, yet nobody is talking to the other. We are all on our phones. So it has enhanced, connection. At the same time, it has also severed connection. You see a home, parents are sitting, kids are sitting in the sitting room, and everyone is on
their
social media.
phones.
We no longer actually have conversations. So this is something, and then bullying, cyberbullying is so rampant on social media. And people have lost lives because of this.
Yes,
People have
definitely.
committed suicide because of social media, because of cyberbullying. So these are some of the things. And then I actually shudder to think about it. What do we do? Right? But it's real. It's real. And especially with not just young people, believe me, it's everyone.
It's everyone.
You see this unrealistic expectation of self because of what we see on social media? That's one of the major causes because it causes stress.
Unnecessary stress,
yes,
actually.
And the underlying cause of most mental health illnesses is chronic stress. Hence the connection between social media.
You want the fear of belonging. You want to belong to this setting. You want to wear this latest clothes and all that. That has really caused a lot of people mental health issues. And people feel like this mental health issue is just I'm protecting my mental health. You know, there's a when they say I'm protecting my mental health, but they don't really understand what mental health is all about. So I want you to explain to us, our viewers, what it means, what mental health really means. Because a lot of people are having different kind of perception of what mental health is. Any little thing, I'm protecting my mental health. Any little thing, I'm protecting, without really knowing what mental health it's all about. What exactly are you protecting?
Well, mental health simply is how we think, how we feel, and how we behave. That's why most times I go like, hello, my name is Coach Didi, and I have mental health issues. And people go like, huh? I say, yeah, I do. Because I think, I feel, and I behave.
Because
it's how you relate to people. It's how you make choices, how you make decisions. It's also whether or not you are productive in society. So you see, it's how you manage stress too, is your mental health. I say all the time, you cannot be alive and not have stress.
exactly.
No matter how spiritual you are, and see, you have stress.
Everybody must go through.
Everybody must have stress. So it's not about the stress; it's how you manage the stress. So that's basically mental health. But most people think it's madness. You know, you have a psychosis, what we call madness. It is a mental health disorder, but that's not the only thing that's mental health. Anything that affects the way you think, feel, and behave, and how it affects the way you make decisions, relate with other people, and whether or not it affects how you are productive in society is a mental health problem. So something as small as this pen now, you see this your pen? If this your pen is causing me pain, so I cannot sleep, I cannot eat, I cannot function, it is a mental health problem for me. So it's as simple as that. That's why you can't say what is a mental health problem for you may not necessarily be for me. You can have the same experience and you can just like shrug it off and move on. Maybe your ability, the resilience to bounce back is much stronger than mine. While the same experience we've had, it will affect me badly. I will not be able to function as a person. So it does happen.
And you see a lot of people condemning those who cannot manage stress properly. They condemn them to a point whereby they become depressed.
Yes.
and they can't even manage themselves anymore. So this brings me to the next one. The pressure of this present social media, how does it affect people's mental health right now? The present social media.
Well, like I said, it's different for different people. First of all, as a person, how we see the world affects how we actually view social media. There's, like I said earlier, there's something I can see people on social media who are supposed to have blown.
Who are supposed to have blown,
And they have money, they have cars,
but
they
they've
have
not
flaunting
blown
it, and they are blowing money.
money.
This what's this guy I've been? There is lonely at the top. There's this song I've been hearing all over social media.
Lonely at the top. It's everywhere.
What's his name again? This
By
music thing.
Ashake.
Yeah, Ashake. So you see, these are things young. I'm not saying. I'm just giving an example. You know. So they see people doling out money. Now one person can say, see people, see money, miserable. Me, I don't have it, and then they begin to feel less and less and less.
You want to belong.
You want to belong, and you don't have it, and you don't know what these people are doing, the work they put to get that money. And auntie, sometimes I've had people go and rent dollars and just showcase it.
And just showcase it,
yes.
yes, and just take pictures.
So you don't even know whether it's real or not. Now, another person can actually see that dollars and say, oh my God, I have to work harder. What do I need to do? Do I go back to school, work harder, get more degrees, get a skill to earn that money?
You start thinking, you start putting yourself on unnecessary stress, anxiety, sleepless nights, because you want to belong, because you're seeing somebody is wearing the latest Zupsipis and Naughty. The person is carrying, as you said, dollar. You don't know that the person is
Went to rent it
went to go and rent
or
it.
maybe it's even fake. You can actually get fake. You know the picture.
It's actually fake. Oh, now,
picture
there's a lot of fake, even fake naira now. There's a fake pounds, fake dollar. Everything is fake. So that brings me to the next question. I say, how can we use social media in raising awareness for mental health in a positive light?
We're doing just that. When we have more programs like this that talk about social media coming from a place of empathy, like you said, people go through different things, and how people manage it is different for everyone. So if we are quick to condemn people, this stigma, you see, the reason why many people don't come out and say they are not doing well is because of the stigma attached to it. So if we have more conversations in a safe space to make people feel you're not alone.
Yes.
Everybody does have problems. There are days you wake up and honestly you feel miserable. You feel the whole world is on your shoulders. You don't want to go out. You don't want to even take a bath. Hasn't it happened to you? It does happen.
It has happened.
Thank you. So you see, when we make these conversations normal, it's okay not to be okay. This is a popular slogan in mental health. It is okay not to be okay. So that people say, okay, so it's not just me. I thought I was the only one having a problem. I thought I'm the only one going through hard times. No, other people are going through it as well. So if we have more conversations, people will understand that it's not just me. There are other people, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just life. So we should talk about that more often.
And you know, I really connect with what you're saying. Is when people are able to connect with you on a certain issues, they relate, they become more comfortable. They become more relaxed. They have this self-reliance in them that, okay, listen, it's not just only me going through it, other people are also going through it, and there's a better way to handle issues. Now, this brings me to my next questions, but saying that how do you think we can mitigate the negative effect of social media on mental health? How can we mitigate it?
Okay, one of the things we can do is, like I said earlier, apart from creating awareness, is we should take responsibility. You take responsibility for what you do on social media, and I take responsibility for what I say on social media. I think it goes a long way. People go behind the keyboard and write all kind of nasty things to other people without caring about the consequences and how it affects the other person. So if we use social media responsibly with empathy, which is basically emotional intelligence, put yourself in other people's shoes. What you type, what you're saying to that person, would you like it if somebody says it to you? Would you? If you wouldn't like it, then don't do it to someone else.
You know, young people have a way of saying that, oh, we have freedom. It is my right to write whatever it is I want to write. It's my right. It's a right to speech.
Yeah.
The freedom to write and all that. Now, that's why we have the issue of fake news. If there's a way all these things can be mitigated, all these things can be controlled, what you type. Because I remember when a certain president of a certain country posted something on the social media, and it was a hate speech about, I think, a certain group of people. And what they did was they just blocked down this account. That's to tell you that you can't just write something because you have a social media account and you just feel like, okay, the right to speech, or the
Freedom
freedom
of speech.
the freedom of speech, thank you very much, the freedom of speech, or the freedom to write whatever it is just there. Now, how do we talk to parents and schools on how to the use of social media? How do we promote all these things? How do we educate our parents? How do we educate school? Because a lot of parents do not understand what mental health is all about. The impact of social media on mental health to their children. They're not even observant. So what are those signs that parents and even schools, teachers should watch out for in their children to see if they are going through certain things that are negative on mental health?
First of all, the thing about freedom of speech is your freedom and your right to speech ends where mine begins. So you have, yes, freedom of speech, but it ends where my own freedom begins. So you have a right to speak, but you also I have a right for you not to say anything that hurts me. Now, about parents, that's why I've been having this program. I do mental health awareness for schools during PTA meetings. Because you're right, many parents don't even know what mental health is. So
They
how can
don't.
you talk about something, or how can you even experience or teach someone what you don't know? But the thing is, like I said again, mental health awareness is something, but it's not something you can get out in the blues. It has to be something you learn. But again, as parents, the truth is parents have shifted the bulk of education to schools. We are all busy, and I understand that. But parenting is hard work. It doesn't come with a manual, unfortunately, but it is hard work, and it needs you to be intentional. So creating that balance between work and life is super important. Most parents are too busy to even have a conversation with their kids. That is why kids go through things parents don't even know, because they can't remember the last time they actually sat and actually looked their kids in the eyes and had a conversation. So it's all about you as a person. You see, everything I do, I always talk about taking responsibility, because I feel the first step to any kind of change is you and me. If we take responsibility for our role as parents first, what kind of parent am I? What am I impacting on my children? As a parent, I'm the mirror of my children. What do they see? Who do they see? Because they become what they see. Our kids learn more from what we do than what we say. So we have to be able to emulate that person we want them to be that role model for them. So it starts within ourselves. Learn more.
Wow, this is a very, very interesting topic, the impact of social media on mental health. And Coach Didi here has been dishing out some real facts, real facts on this topic. We'll be going more. We're on a short break, and when we come back, Molineko continues. back from the break. If you're just tuning in, this is Morning Echo right here on Wonderland Television.